Men do some man, women stand up for they stand up from all mountains of the earth. They stand up. Oh, why would he do this? Why would he do it? But we ain't heard nothing about what happened to Papoose. We don't hear about that. Ain't nobody standing up for Papoose saying, oh man, we sorry that shit happened to you. Shawty did you dirty. We ain't hearing none of that shit, my nigga. We ain't hearing none of that shit. Because ain't nobody trying to stand up. And they talking about the black woman is the most unprotected person on the earth when dying daily. Just dying daily.
What's good, everyone? I want to welcome y'all to another episode of Triggered News Topics. And I'm your host, Lord Amin Ra. And today's commentary is titled, Black Men Get No Love or No Respect. Let's get into it. You know, women are always complaining about how the men of today are not protective and not nurturing and not loving. You know, that we're nothing like the men of the past and how we don't handle the traditional roles we're supposed to have, right? But what happens when the men do uphold those roles of being loving and nurturing and protective and loyal, huh? We get shitted on. We get dumped on. We get called we're too nice or we're not able to handle, the women of today, right? Now, we got a gentleman named Papoose, and I use that word greatly, a gentleman, because that man was upholding, the so-called role of what the man is supposed to be. He was loving. He was protective. He was loyal. And he provided for his queen. And he had no problems going out in front of the world, getting on TV, letting everybody know that's his queen and he love her. Right? Right? But what happened? His old loving queen went out like a common day tramp, disrespected him, embarrassed him, and the crazy thing is, she cheated on the man, but she didn't cheat upward. No, she didn't use hypergamy. No. She went to an underling, someone that both her and Papoose, who put their finances and their time together to create something, a company, and she cheated with an underling, a person that was coming up under both their tutelage, from my understanding. Now, at this point, I know the man is hurt. I've been there. Men like us, we've been there, where we put our heart and soul out for a woman, and with no respect at all, these women just go out and trample all over our hearts. And not just do it privately, but in this situation, this thing was done publicly. Now, I know she tried to be slick and she tried to keep it under wraps, but look at the guy that she chose to cheat with. This dude is an all-around cornball. A man that's out for chasing for clout. And the crazy thing about it, this dude looks like a low-budget knockoff Papoose. I mean, in all aspects of the way, I just can't respect it. But the number one thing that really just got to me was, where was the outrage? Where was the outrage? Huh? Where was the black women that was out here talking about, black men are not out here being protective and not being providers and not being loyal, not being nurturing, huh? But see, like Scrappy, Lil Scrap, the rapper from Atlanta, like he said when he went off on his rant, You know, if something happens to a woman, that's even a minute thing, and y'all all standing up, getting on top of the mountain, screaming, talk about N-words ain't ish and all this other stuff, huh? You get out here and you curry for favors, you group up together and you get each other's back, right? You ready to take down all the men. But what happens now? What's happening now? You know, you have a man that has upheld the role of being that model man that most of you women claim that you want, that you describe all the time when someone is asking you, you know, what do you consider a good man? And it's crickets. Crickets. Just like back to my other episode when I had about black girl treachery. You know, you women always want us to stand up for you and jump in front of the bullets and work ourselves to death to give you a lifestyle and do all this and that and spend money for you. And if somebody says something to you, we supposed to jump out there and be the super saviors and all that, right? But where is that response back for the man that is supposed to be that model of what you women consider supposed to be a real man, huh? Where is the quote? What is it? What's the word? Forget it. I can't remember at this point. But we don't see no reciprocation back. You don't hear these women getting out here talking about, oh, Remy's wrong and that's foul and how could you do that to him? You don't hear these women talking about, oh, poor baby Papoose, don't worry about it. You're not consoling him. You're not doing nothing and none of that, right? And then you wonder why the men of today are like, yo, bump this love crap. Bump this looking out for these women and perfecting and providing. Because why? What we gonna do it for? For nothing. For nothing. What, to get disrespected? Huh? To get embarrassed? And see, that's the number one thing about for men. Yeah, we you know, subscribe to love, but our thing is more of respect. You know? Respect. And a lot of y'all women of today, y'all don't show us no respect. Y'all don't show us no basically nothing. It's just like we supposed to just give 100%, and what we get is just y'all looking what so-called pretty, huh? Y'all giving us a lot of times lame ass loving, huh? I mean, you have a problem with doing some of the basic things for your man. I mean, you want us to be Superman, but we can't get you to cook for us. We can't get you to do clothes, laundry. We can't get you to clean the house. Everything times on our behalf that we want out of a woman. Or it's like it's all negative. It's like, oh, it's slavery. Oh, these men are controlling. Oh, these men are just this and that and the flim flam and the BS. You know, but I'm in a way I'm not glad, but you know, I'm all right with not all right either. I don't know what the word to say, but you know, it's good that this example has actually shown itself to show how hypocritical the women, these modern women of today are. How majority of y'all, I ain't gonna say all of y'all not like that, but still, it is very quiet. And it just shows that the women of today are really hyenas more than lionesses. Because that man went out there and put his whole heart on the line for that woman to show that, yes, there are good men out there that are willing to uphold the not modern, but, you know, traditional ways that, you know, a man should act in a relationship. And y'all ain't standing up for him, just like y'all don't stand up for none of the rest of us. Y'all feel that y'all can do whatever y'all want to us, and we gotta just hold y'all up on a pedal. we gotta hold y'all up on a pedestal. And that's just not right. Because in all actuality, if you go to the biblical sense, when women was created, y'all were created to be our helpmates, to help us build and bring forth and do better, not help destroy us and break us down. So I just wanted to say these little comments on this situation. I'm not going to take it too long, but I just want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Triggered News Topics. I'm your host, Lord Amin Ra, and y'all have a good night. Peace.